exactly 9 years ago today, people in the UK have decided it's time to leave the EU. It's time for Brexit. Lots of things changed since, and most of them not the way we were expected or we were promised. We all hear all the time, right? Like when I say, listen, guys, I think London is falling apart, then you have people coming in, leaving comments like, oh, it's Brexit. Guys, NHS is not working, Brexit. Guys, Keir Starmer, Brexit. Guys, we are running out of money, Brexit. Pricing, Brexit, blah, blah, blah. Everybody keeps blaming, not everybody, lots of people are trying to blame everything on Brexit, where the reality is far from it. Let me ask you this. If you think Brexit is to be blamed for basically how much trouble we go through in the UK right now, would you not agree that that means in Europe, countries which are still in EU, they should be thriving and doing great, right? We should have UK falling apart as it is, unfortunately. And we should have France, Germany, Italy, Spain just doing amazing. And the reality is they're not. They're probably doing even worse than we do. They have as much problems as we have. They have, surging inflation, increasing costs of living, electricity prices, immigration, economies falling apart, shrinking, you name it. Like all of the problems we face in Britain, they face down in Europe. So how is it that the Brexit is to be blamed? Like, it's clearly not. It's the best reason to see that it's actually not the case. Now, with this said, I think the biggest thing we lost here in the UK since Brexit was a lot of really hard-working, dedicated, assimilated immigrants, particularly from Eastern Europe. Since Brexit, loads of them left, various reasons. Some of them, they lost jobs, they just decided it's time to go. Some of them got scared that we know nothing left after Brexit, right? Which also is not true. But we lost those guys, lots of people. I knew lots of these people. And when they went back to their homes, particularly in Poland, the ones I know, lots of these people felt sad about leaving the UK. They didn't want to. And, at the beginning it was hard, but I think long term, it turned out to be good decisions for them. They now have good jobs, good careers, good life back in Poland. And as you guys probably know, Poland has developed a lot over the last few years, and now it's like GDP is going through the roof, and we are on the path to become even more richer country than Britain, which I don't think is going to happen anytime soon, but apparently that's what it is. But that was the really big loss, because then suddenly the UK, we were left here with a big hole in the market, and some of it is still not being filled with other people doing the work, and we could see it. I think a couple of years ago when there was a shortage of truck drivers in the UK, like massive problem, right? We basically couldn't deliver food to our shops because there was not enough people driving trucks. And that was Brexit, okay? But that was one particular reason where Brexit was good. There were a few instances here and there, but overall, I don't think most people's lives changed in any way dramatically because of Brexit. And clearly Europe is falling apart as much as we are, so that means we would go down anyway. It's just there was no other way around. Long term, I think Brexit was good. I think I was never a fan of big, gigantic organizations like EU. It's just not real. It's never going to work. On paper, it looks great. Like we're going to have this open border. We're going to be friends. We're going to be traveling and doing business with each other and making money. And it's beautiful, right? And then we end up with telling us the banana is a vegetable veg, or I don't know, tortoise is a fish, or that if you do barbecue in your garden, you're basically murdering a planet. And then like all sort of nonsense coming from the EU, which I think Britain managed to dodge the bullet or at least delay it. And the main reason for it, because the EU, there's zero accountability in the EU, right? We don't know who is in charge, who runs what. I don't even know what they do in the. I never knew. Whether in the UK, you still have our parliament, and these people have to have, they're held accountable to some degree. Of course, not as much as we want to, excuse me, but we still know who these people are, what they know, what they talk about, what are the new rules they introduce, etc. Right? In EU, there are like a bunch of people from all over the place. Nobody knows who they are. Nobody knows their name. Why? And we don't even know what they do. Please tell me, do you know what is Parliament EU, what they do apart from this plastic bottle caps attached to bottle, fish is, tortoise is a fish or whatever. Like, I really don't know. They just keep talking about some stuff. Like, see what's happening in geopolitically right now. We've got conflicts, we've got really bad things going on across the planet. And what is EU doing? It just keeps debating. They keep meeting each other in France and again and again, and they just, strong statement coming this time. We're now going to have strong statement because it's not going to, because they're too much. It's too big. You can't manage it, right? That goes with business, with organizations, particularly organizations where they're run by politicians, right? Business, to a degree, you can be managed, of course, because there's money on the table and there are people accountable, right? So the CEO, directors, etc. In politics, like, no, they did mistake 5 years ago. Who cares? We don't even know where they are now. But in the UK, we still have politicians being accountable and fighting between themselves about who is in power next. And that is very important. That works well with us people, right? So I don't think Brexit was such a big disaster. Of course, there were lots of lies, the NHS bus and how it's going to be great and all of these things that were full of shit. But I mean, come on, we knew this. This is just a lie. It's just trying to, they're just trying to tell us what we want to hear. But I think long term, we managed to keep some sort of sovereignty here in the UK still, although it's fading. And as you can see, like, I think a month ago, Keir Starmer made some deal with EU when he basically agreed for, I think, France or something to come and fish in British water or something. Like, they can just reverse whatever we agreed or whatever part of Brexit, they can reverse it. They can agree the other way around. They say, oh, come and do it without being part of EU. So definitely too many people got emotionally attached to the outcomes, which never became true. It was not as bad as people claim. I don't think it affected many people's life in personal. It's more about mental thing, watching it on the news and just being basically divided by politicians. But no, I think long term is good. It was good for lots of immigrants leaving the UK because they actually found better lives. Sorry, that's truth. And I don't think we should be in despair. But the number one thing about it is, like, nobody's coming to save us, right? Brexit, no Brexit, whoever's in power, doesn't matter. It's all on you. Nobody's coming to save you. No Brexit's going to save us. No political party. They're all going to do it. They keep doing it. They will be doing it. Okay, we need to keep trying, keep them accountable. But essentially, it's all up to you, up to me, up to all of us, immigrants, natives. We have to make it work. And you're going to have to assimilate really well if you're an immigrant, if you really want to live a better life. That's it. If you like this video, please leave me a like. Consider subscribing to my channel if you're not subscribing yet. Thank you so much for your time, for your support. I'll see you soon. Keep smiling and carry on. Ta-da!